brothers, hold on tight. Here comes Armageddon's bite. Cannon bullet, twist and turn. Feel the power as you learn. Jump rolls rising like the sun. Front press heavy, gotta run. Side pressure moves so fast. Fight for glory, make it last. Smash to the black, case the mass. Back pressure strong, never pass. Break on tension, feel the pain. Push through when it's in the vein. Hold your ground, don't give in. Feel the fire, take within. In the arena, battles rage. Strength and spirit, break the cage.
There we go. We're live, guys. How's it going? There's Dakota.
Oh, look who it is.
A weak arm wrestler guy. You're going to keep it that forever? Are you there? We see you.
There.
We hear you. How's it going?
Good. How are you guys? I'm running a little late to practice, so I'll jump on until I'm there. I didn't realize we were starting an hour early.
An hour early? Oh, to practice?
Doesn't the pod start at 7 normally?
No, always 6.
Oh,
You're you're on a different timeline. Yeah.
dude. What? I thought we started at 7.
No, never. Well, the odd time we will. If
Really?
it's on off day. Not Tuesdays. Tuesdays are always 6.
If someone had a gun to my head and said, "What time do you start the Through the Fingers podcast?" I would have said 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're out to lunch, bro. What have you been smoking? You've been training too hard. Your head's all swollen.
I've been sleeping too much, man.
Hey, that's not bad, though. At least you're getting good rest.
Yeah.
So big event coming up, man. It's what? How close is it now, boys? 10 days.
Yeah, it's real close.
10 days.
Miles is gonna lose it in 10 days.
Uh,
Holy smokes! That's coming quick for that guy. I feel bad for him.
we should have had him on too. Yeah. So
Coming right up.
yeah. I tried getting all your opponents on, but it wasn't quite working out. Dalton said he might hop on, so he has a
That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
My son, Dalton, my son.
Your son? Oh, he's your son now.
No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. Come on, Brian. It's a
I
joke.
know.
Dalton.
Left.
Left-handed, he probably spanks me, to be honest, but I kind of want to pull him just to see.
Yeah. And now I don't think I got any two individuals together tonight, which kind of sucked because I know Alexander, you're pulling Jake Houston, which we might as well start there. What a big match for you, buddy.
Yeah,
right?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I bet.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. So
That's a huge match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel going into this? Do you feel confident?
Pretty confident. I'm just resting up now. I feel nice and healthy.
What are you going to weigh?
My morning weight right now is about 180. So I'll do a slight water cut to make 176. And
is there a cap for this?
I think Joshua said I can weigh in 177, I believe.
Okay, so you got 1 pound, kind of. Yeah, that's not bad though.
So I think Jake's under 160, right? His walk around weight.
Oh, really? He's that light?
Yeah, he's a light dude.
That's what I thought. Like, I know he competes 155.
I didn't know that.
He does compete. Yeah, he competes. Yeah, the 155 class mostly. It'd be interesting to see him with the extra weight on.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it should be fun.
He's gonna be slow. He's gonna be slow, Alexander. You're gonna be too fast.
Yeah, he might have slowed him down a bit. He might be able to get into a lane before he takes it away. So that's good.
Yeah.
He's good at taking lanes away. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
He's what you say. He's a power taker for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been watching some video footage and but Alexander's pretty crafty too. He looks like he can do a few different things at the table. So you might find a lane.
Even Hunter had a battle. That was a fun match.
That was probably one of my hardest matches ever. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. That one could have gone either way any given day.
100%. Yeah.
And Kevin, who are you pulling again?
Sam Gitline.
Oh yeah, I invited him, but he didn't respond to me.
Hey,
So,
that's all right.
yeah. I was trying to get some, some back and forth, but you know what? I'll just take what we can get.
Hey, what's this Kevin stuff?
Yeah, is it Weston or
There's
Kevin?
Kevin on his phone. Yeah.
So, my first name is Kevin. My middle name is
Oh my
Weston.
god.
My dad's name is Kevin, so they just call me Weston. So,
Okay. That's what
Ah.
I thought you were called too, was Weston. Yeah.
yeah, so I just either one's good.
Your
Oh,
name
okay.
on
How you
brackets
feeling,
is even
Weston?
Weston.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been called much worse, so either of those are good.
Okay. Yeah. Until you get a nickname. You got a
Yeah,
nickname.
right.
You can't make your own nickname. Someone else has to give it to you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I just got one. I got two in the same week. So
Oh,
What
nice.
are they?
yeah, Montana called me the house, and then here they called me the judge. So
I like the judge better.
I think the judge.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Sean's
pretty
been
good-
calling me the natural. I don't know if I like
that
it or
might
not.
be
It's kind of
okay.
growing on me a little bit.
That's a
Yeah.
cool nickname, but
That's
I'm not
cool.
sure it fits you.
Mm.
Yeah,
I think you're a hard worker. We talked about it.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Andrew and I just did like a 2-hour interview.
Yeah. Did
It
you
was sick.
good? Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, told him all my secrets so he can tell Miles.
Oh, I didn't talk about my secrets too much.
He said I stole some of your secrets for my match.
But Andrew still got to tell me something about how to do that thing with no pain. So remember you said you'd tell me later on?
I talked to, well, he doesn't care if I say it out loud, but
Oh,
basically it's just he recommended using so for all riser training, using a wrist wrap. It's like, yeah, it's going to make it a little bit easier. You're going to use more weight, but the amount of volume you gain and the extra stimulus will just help bring your riser to.
I'm using a
really
wrist wrap
has.
now. I'm using that now for my rise.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
I used to just do small micro movements all the time, but now I'm actually going like this and I'm pulling actually towards my chest now.
Yeah, big move. Yeah.
I'm doing a big movement now with it rather than just those micro movements. So
yeah, I think rise didn't move for me much because I was only, like you said, I was only doing like this, and I wasn't just doing the big arm wrestling movements. And
yeah. And I my rise has been good, but I hurt it recently. So I need it I really need my rise against this Brennan guy. So
that's why the wrist wrap's important, because it's so fragile.
Yeah. I'm not gonna have him just wrist curl me in the beginning. Fuck that shit. Yeah. I watch how he gets his hook. He just goes like this. I'm not letting him wrist curl me. No.
Yeah.
He's got a really good inside game for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the only way I see him pulling in video footage. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much outside.
You know,
My inside's offensive, like in an offensive position. I'll either dive in for a hook or a press to finish if I don't finish with my top roll or my side pressure hit. So,
yeah. The stressful thing about being an inside puller is that you have to get inside.
Yeah.
And even there's just so many different ways I feel like they can be stopped versus like an outside puller's goals that it definitely adds an extra layer of just like, can I turn his thumb over, or am I going to have to just hope that my hand endurance lasts long enough just to be able to pull through his palm, because that's basically your options as an inside puller.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn inside, like more in a defensive way in case someone actually gets me inside. I'm strong inside. I'm just not good at initiating the inside. So
I'm the same way, Brian. I can't set a hook to save my life, but if I get in there, I'm all right.
Yeah, like I'm kind of like that. Exactly.
That's why I flop wrist press
all the time.
Yeah.
If you guys saw my video with Clifton, he said it in a really great way that I usually don't like to put out there because it's like how I like to get inside, but how he said start with a low hand when you grip, and then as they tighten down, then bring your knuckles up. That gives you the ability to get inside on just about anybody.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Magic.
Yeah.
Puts your hands so far back behind theirs that you barely move and you're just wrist on wrist.
Yeah, I think if you start with your pronation active, it's hard to be hooked though. Like really.
Just matters how good your pronation is.
Yeah, unless it's you're right. You're right. If you're naturally strong there. But I mean, I don't know if you'd want to start like that if you didn't have good pronation. Yeah, no, exactly.
You might not have a choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know until you get on the table. It's like what
That's true.
Dakota said earlier. If you're just stronger, then
Sometimes,
what are
yeah,
you gonna do?
it's true.
That's the as much as we talk about technique and everything, I think that's the most important thing. Is like I could be the best technical arm wrestler in the world, but if you're that much stronger than me, it doesn't really matter.
I actually want to
For
ask
sure.
Alex that. Like, do you think you're gonna be stronger than Jake? Do you think you're gonna have the advantage in strength?
I think only if I get into my sweet spot. I think arm to arm, I'm not too sure. But if I can keep my hand, then I think raw power, I have a decent shot for sure.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. It's definitely a match that really piqued my interest for sure.
Yeah, it should be a banger.
All these matches are gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of good matches.
I'm excited to see Weston pull because I like watched your match with Dalton probably 754,000 times before I
Oh
pulled out.
man, I wish it would
Is
have went
that
a
the
little better
Garage
for me.
Wars?
No, that was it. The
last one?
armbender was that last year or
Okay.
2 years ago?
2 years ago, or no,
Dude.
last year. Last year.
Last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
And I know you've
Actually,
leveled up like crazy since then. So
yeah.
And
Hopefully, we'll see.
what weight do you pull at? So obviously, what, like the 190s, 198 area,
220, I think, aren't you?
220?
Yeah, yeah. I want to be 198. I ended up arm wrestling up just because we couldn't really find like a really good match. I think for me for this arm bender, and I've always had my sights set on Sam. I think 2 years ago, I took third at the Montana State tournament in Billings or the state games,
state
and he
games.
was the
Yeah.
guy that beat me. And I felt like given some time and just able to work on some things, I think there's definitely a an opportunity for me to beat him.
Nice.
So we'll see. I don't know.
Kind of a rivalry then, almost.
Yeah, well, kind of. I think Sam definitely has more experience. I just from what I felt there, and granted, it's been 2 years, so I'm sure that he has gained in strength and in all of his tools. But I don't know. I feel like I'm coming in as healthy as I can be. I'm going to rest up, and if he beats me on the 8th, then he was just the better guy. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
I think this has the potential to be the longest match of the night because in my head, I really think that where you guys are going to go, the lane you're going to go into, you both are very sticky in there, and it's going to be for at least one round. I think it's really just going to be a tough, brutal banger, and then after that, it's just going to be who wants it more because I think your elbows are going to be fried after the first round, and it's just who's going to let go first, I don't think there's going to be a strap in sight for this match. So
No, it's going to go deep in the hook, is it?
I think so.
Yeah. I noticed there's a lot of you guys hooked down there.
Because a lot of us have really strong cupping, I think.
Okay.
And it's just I think a lot of the newer guys just get forced there, and then they end up coming up as.
Well, that makes sense. Makes sense. When I started, everybody just focused so heavily on going outside. I think that's kind of the mindset here. We differ a little bit that way.
Oh yeah, a lot, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like prevents injury, keeps you safe.
If you're smart, you'll top roll, but we can't all have the big brains.
Yeah. I don't really top roll. I kind of more like just go sideways. It just finishes in the top roll because I pronate to finish.
When I'm in the strap, I like to just go straight sideways, but
yeah, that's you got to tell me, like, when you can just go straight sideways and rip through somebody, like, even though it's not the smartest path, when you do it, it's so gratifying.
I
don't know
love
about
when
that.
people go straight side on me in the strap, though. Like that's my bread and butter. Like push sideways harder.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Like I said, it's not the smartest path, but when you can do that, when you're just that strong, it's a nice feeling, right?
Just feeling the wrist buckles, like my favorite feeling in the world, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Well, like I was talking about that on the interview earlier with Andrew, so a little sneak peek, but like just like imagine if Miles's wrist is just like this. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I actually think that there's a pretty high probability that especially after the first round that his wrist is back, but like we talked about, he doesn't necessarily care if he has his hand or not. Like he'll fully commit that shoulder forward and press as hard as he can.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm curious to win, man.
That's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be amazing. I mean, I'm
Like-
hoping you do. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah. You know, I'm really glad I had that match with Lee because that helped a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
And
that was
then,
good for you. Mhm.
I think I'm glad I did that too. I jumped into the 220s for that tournament ranking where I got second because I learned a lot about like where I'm at strength wise, and it's feeling pretty good. But yeah, I mean, Andrew, I think with Dalton, like, I'm actually the more I talk to you about that match, the more I'm intrigued because I feel like it's gonna be one match that everyone thinks is gonna go one way, but it's not actually gonna end up being that way.
Well, the first round, I'm definitely going to try that way just to see if I've made enough improvements to go my preferred way. But yeah, and plus it's just manly. I got to go that way. I got to go that way the first round.
Yeah,
I want to see if I can crush his elbow.
it's fair. And Alexander, do you have do you have quite a lever advantage on Jake Houston?
I really don't know. I do
Yeah.
have pretty long arms, but I'm not sure how it stacks up against his.
You
I
can
think-
look. You can look
I
at
wanna say- My
his
elbow to
garage
Garage
fingertip,
Wars, I guess. Yeah.
I would
19
say
and a half.
check this. Yeah, look that shit up so you know, right?
Yeah, I believe my forearm to fingertip, elbow to fingertip is just about 19 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So,
think his is like 18 and a half, if I remember it. right.
Okay.
I'm 20 and a half. So what's yours, Brian?
20.
20?
But Jake's also, I think he's my height, 5'9".
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
my
All the
lever,
fingertip.
my lever doesn't match my height. I'm longer from elbow to shoulder than I am elbow to fingertip. So
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if I think mine's a little over proportionate, I would say. Like, I remember when Josh Wilson measured it at Garage Wars, he was like, oh, that's surprising.
Speaking of surprising, I heard something big about you today, Mr. Kevin over there. I heard you
What's
hit a
that?
405 bench.
I did. Yep.
wow,
That's impressive.
That's really
Awesome.
good.
13-year goal, all natural has kind of been my thing. When I was 18, obviously, it's like you want to hit as much as you can on bench.
Yeah.
And once I hit my 30s, I just kind of just started to build. But I really think that arm wrestling training has a huge carryover into a lot of your main lifts
Yeah.
in the gym.
Mhm.
Your tendons just get so strong and the stability is just there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
For sure.
I think when I started this prep, my max was like 315 for a few. And then the other day on the program I'm doing, it's like it's by Mark Bell. And I was supposed to max a week from now, but I felt really good this last Sunday. So I threw 405 up, hit it twice.
Wow.
And so texted Josh that I checked that off. And he's like, well, quit maxing. Like, you don't want to get injured. So
He's
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
everyone to slow down.
yeah.
There's
So
bench. I recommend maybe not 405, but I recommend all everyone that arm wrestles. One of the main injuries I'm seeing in the last year, especially, is pec tears.
yeah.
Guys are pulling their pec, and even if you were just to do some JM pressing and maybe some light bench press, like just put a plate on each side and bang out 40 or 50. You know what I mean?
That's my max, man.
He's 100 pounds lighter than me, and his max is only 15 pounds less than mine on the bench. So that's really good.
No, but my max is one plate on the side. There's no way I'm doing 40, 50 reps, man.
Yeah, my max is 420, but then again, I haven't done a 1 rep max in a long time. So I was up to, with the chains, I was up to 365 for eight reps.
Wow.
But that was with the chain. So
That's good.
it's like, at the bottom, it's only like 280. And then at the top, it's 3. I do progressive overload for my my bench. And actually, I was trying to get to do where I'm doing that 10 reps. That was my goal. But then I had a pec tear in an arm wrestling match. And now I probably lost 100 pounds on my bench because it's been 3 months. So,
Most I
And
ever did in
might go back to-
competition was 380. But I've actually changed my philosophy a lot on that. Like I've switched to all tricep dominant pressing, like JM
Yep.
press and close grip,
Mm.
because I've been finding that when I really start progressing my bench and my chest movements, my ability to get tight in this way and get my elbow across my body becomes a lot more difficult. And I feel like in arm wrestling, a lot of times it's about closing those little gaps and getting. So if you're built in a way to where you can progress, I think bench has a lot of carryover because your ability to, especially if you're an inside puller, your ability to internally rotate is so important that bench builds that front shoulder, the chest, and honestly, if you're benching properly, the lats even too, and you'll build a lot of that ability to just pull someone into you.
Yeah.
And when you pull like Weston or me, then that's a big benefit for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the way I pull bench doesn't do much for me, I don't think, but I still like it anyway. I've done it my whole life. I love bench. It's my favorite exercise. So
I do it every now and then. No,
yeah, I haven't been. I've been doing some JMs though for my elbows, and I've been doing that plate thing Hutchins was doing with the 45. You just kind of behind your head and then up like this.
Oh yeah,
That's been really conditioning my elbows. I actually do it every day now, just as a routine.
nice.
Recommend that actually. I noticed a big difference in elbow pain after I started doing that.
Oh wow.
I think one of the main reasons why people have a lot of elbow pain is because they do so much pulling and no pushing.
Yep.
They don't do any tricep work and they start building those imbalances. And that's just not good. And you have to do some kind of, even if it's something light, like if twice a week you did like 4 sets of 20 with whatever tricep exercise, that's probably enough. But I do think heavy tricep exercises condition the hell out of your elbow. And you should, you should have them in there.
Yeah, skull crushers too. I do skull crushers a lot.
Yeah.
I think if I put 405 on a bar, I don't even think I could straight arm hold that. I think it'd crush me.
You'd be surprised how much you could straight arm hold.
Yeah, but that's true too. Yeah. As soon as you break the elbows, though, it might be ugly. I don't know.
Oh, instant. Yeah, it could be instant falling.
Yeah. He'll be bringing his elbows in and just be.
But do you remember that like viral video that went around that some cocky college football player thought that he could break the bench press world record, was like 720 at the time. So he told him just load it up, just load it up. He didn't want to warm up or anything. And he was able to unrack and had it locked out, but as soon as it started going down, it just crashed on him.
That's gnarly.
He was one of those guys who did like 225 for like 50 reps, but he never really cared about the weight, for the combine. So he never progressed the weight higher, but he was just like, if I'm ready for the pros and I can do the combine, I should be able to break the bench record. Nope, he got crushed.
That's crazy.
I don't want to see it. You know what? Somebody sends me a video and I'm afraid to open them lately. Ronnie sent me one last week and I open it and it's these two guys in WAF, they're arm wrestling. All of a sudden it just went snap. And it was like, I'm like, I don't want to see that, man. Like it made me have nightmares.
Yeah.
The stuff that Jared sends me, I won't open at work.
Yeah.
Alexander, how old are you?
21.
Okay.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Wow.
One of the young guys. That's sick.
Yeah.
Big career ahead of you.
And you're 3 years in, right?
Pulling for. Oh.
I did my first tournament was Idaho State, and it was September 2022. So my first tournament was 2.5 years ago.
Nice.
And I did specific training probably for 6 months before that, but I don't know what I was doing. I got with a club shortly after my first tournament. So about 2.5 years of hard, dedicated pulling and training.
Nice.
And then I've been working out since I was like 13. So overall working out for about 8 years.
Nice.
Nice. That's really
cool. We started at the same time then.
Yeah.
That's exactly my first time pulling was like September of 2022.
Oh, cool.
That's weird how that works. It goes in waves. It's like in the next generation of arm wrestlers start around the same time always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't start till 20. I started in 2023. Well, at the end of 22, I went to my first practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were there before me, right, Brian?
No. No. I met you. I know. You were one of the guys that was showing me shit when I first started. No. Yeah.
That sounds like me. That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know how to pull. I just remember you saying this guy's too strong, and then you were like showing me some shit in the hand and stuff. Yeah, and then you passed me off to somebody, and then
That sounds like me.
yeah. You go, yeah, he's just got a lot. This guy's strong, and then you passed me off to I don't remember
Nice.
somebody, probably Hugh. Hugh.
I'm pulling Hugh lefty tonight. He keeps bugging me all the time, so we're having another left arm match.
Oh, okay. Well, he's feeling pretty crisp.
Yeah, he's just gonna smack me around. I don't know where he gets satisfaction smacking me all the
He
time.
does. Oh, he likes doing that, man. He was pretty happy smashing me around there.
Last
Who's
time
your-
I took his wrist though, so if I get his wrist this time, I hopefully can just hold him.
Who's your guys'
watch the
best
goal.
under 200 on the left?
Under 200?
Who's our best
Yeah, on the left under 200.
in Alberta or in Red Deer?
In your club, yeah.
Right, well,
You
he
or
was-
Ali.
He's not really though. He was a 220 guy now.
Ali then.
Ali, yeah. Hamadia. Well, Victor's pretty good on his left too.
Victor's not under 200 anymore though, is he?
Yeah, he's a 220 now.
Maybe that's where I need to go to get some revenge on you guys at the next Armageddon type event.
Yeah, 220.
Oh man. Ali won the East versus West qualifier.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, wow.
He beat Artem Taranenko. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat Artem.
Yeah. It was pretty impressive. That was
I'd
left.
love to
Actually-
pull Artem.
Artem's a big name, and I've met him lots. He's really cool. But there's definitely we got some guys, some sleeper guys like Victor and Ali both beat Artem at the East versus West qualifier. In a super match, though, I think
At
it
198?
might go differently. Yeah,
that was
198.
198 then, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd love I definitely need to get someone in your guys' club. So I think
I
You should
pulled
come
Artem
down
before.
sometime. You should come. You guys are always welcome. Can all you guys travel?
I'm working on getting my passport renewed. I let it expire last year, unfortunately. But yeah, once I get that, because
Because
I
I mean,
don't
we
want to
keep
go.
coming to Montana. You guys boys are gonna have to come down eventually.
No, I did commit to coming up to at least like one tournament or event up there this year at some point.
Yeah,
'Cause
that-
I know I'm trying to set up a super match with me and Mike.
Oh, Mike Shave. Yeah, that'd be good.
So,
Oh,
You guys
Magic
pull
Mike
similar,
there.
too. They pull similar. That might be a really good match.
Yeah, Magic Mike, hey. I watched back on Mike and Miles and watched I've just been watching Miles pull so much. It's interesting to see how he handles all these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one thing that always surprised me about Miles is because he has so much hand control, he's used to be able to move around so much with his hand and readjust and re-grip. I don't think he realizes, like, sometimes because he'll try to give you advice and he'll say, oh, just do X, Y, or Z. And like, dude, it's not that easy, man.
Yeah, well, not everyone's got his hand size. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
I
I
can't-
first, yeah, I'm sorry. Go
I
on.
was gonna say I just can't blanket his hand like you do. So I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah, I first seen Miles. I was reffing his second event at Iron Core last year, and he comes to the table, and I'm like, I had to give him a ref script or something. I'm like, I looked at the other guy. I'm like, this guy's got a hand on him, and I closed their hands, and I was like, what the fuck? And he was competing amateur, right? So I'm like,
Oh wow.
I just that hand's a pro hand from day one. I'm telling you, like, it's big. That's a big hand for his size. Like Josh Bellin's hand's bigger, Matt's hand's bigger, but for the weight class Miles is in, he's got a super heavyweight hand plus some. So
Oh wow.
There'll be a blueprint in 10 days.
yep, you
Blueprint.
gotta write it for us there, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pulled him. I know where he's weak. Like I've fucked around with him on the table, and
I
But-
hope if he like smacks me after all this, he just at least buys me a beer. That's all I ask with the money
he'll
that he
buy you
puts.
a beer. He'll buy you a beer.
Oh, he'll love to buy you a beer for sure. Yeah.
That's true. He'll probably buy me a couple. Ha.
There you go.
I'm
I think
actually
it's-
so pumped for the afterwards part. Like, there's gonna be a lot of pullers there that I'm excited to
yeah.
actually chat with. It's gonna be fun.
For
I'm
sure.
staying the night this time just so I can catch up with everybody.
I was gonna
That's
trust,
perfect.
but I can't risk it, man. I will definitely want to poll people. I got to
Yeah.
compete the next weekend, so I'm not. And I'm in Montana the next weekend. Go figure, right?
I know, Brian. If I have, well, maybe I'll end up sneaking in your suitcase or something for that one. We'll see.
Yeah, you should.
I kind of want to go down again.
Well, they're gonna have slap fight and boxing and everything at that event.
I know. I kind of want to box somebody.
He said that he could probably set it up.
For me?
Well, I don't know. He was mentioning Dion was mentioning it. I remember.
When?
Oh,
He just
Uh,
said, "Yeah, if you guys want to put the gloves on, get in there." I don't know. I remember he was,
Really?
that. You know, you were on the podcast. He was.
Did he say that? No, I don't remember. I would have texted him
He
already.
said, yeah.
If he gets me a boxing match, I'll
Oh, that
come
was
down.
Jaren. Jaren and Zach were asking if they could have a match against each other. Yeah, or get in there. Yeah, I think that's.
Oh
what-
no, you know what happened, Brian? That was the one I had to go early.
Oh. Yeah, that's what.
Oh,
Yeah, you were
Jaron
there.
and Zach would be fun to watch.
you know what, Dakota? Declan, if you convince Declan to have an arm wrestling match, he might actually box you, like for real.
Is he
I think
good?
I mean, he's just a super athletic dude. I don't think.
Yeah, see, that's how I am too. That'd be so fun.
You said he's
Yeah.
elusive though. He doesn't do super matches or something, right?
Oh, I mean, he goes to tournaments like once or twice a year. And I think he's been offered a couple different super matches, and he hasn't taken one yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really know if he's just not interested or if he just has a lot of conflicting stuff because he works a lot. Every time I talk to him, he's just completely exhausted from work and stuff. So
Who should
Clifton's
I
gonna buy
pull if
everyone beers, Dakota. That's what he
who
said.
should I pull at arms again if Declan doesn't want a match?
He hasn't confirmed it yet.
No.
Who do you think, Andrew?
well, are you going to still be going up in weight?
I'm fine wherever. Like I can make
I'm saying,
220 or
are you going
200.
to fill out 220? If you fill out 220, I might like to see you go against maybe Nathan Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Clifton said he'll box you, Dakota.
Clifton says that every single time.
Yeah, that's what he said. Said, let's do it.
Yeah, I'd pull Nathan. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Nathan
I'll
Johnson.
pull anyone. I don't really care.
Yeah.
He's a pure inside guy.
Mhm.
You know who
That's
I
why-
kind of have thought about wanting to pull because I think it'd be fun. Just because lately, like I feel like I've really been catching Dale's level, Brian. I think I think Niles Anderson and I would be a fun match.
Maybe you have to be ready for a fucking grinder.
I would be. It would be fun.
Hey, Clifton's saying that he'll box you.
Yeah, I know. Clifton says that. Freaking Clifton, man.
I don't know what that say. He say he wants
I
to
feel like
take a shot at
Clifton
you.
would have really bad boxing form. He'd probably hit really hard and be like a slugger.
Got a lot of reach.
Does he have long arms?
I think so. Yeah.
Does he? But he doesn't. He just hooks.
Yeah.
Or talk. Or he doesn't really hook. He just looks like he just pounds sideways. Is all I ever see him do. Just
The straps.
rip
Yeah.
through
Well, I mean, when
everybody.
you can load
Yeah.
170 pounds on your arm and go straight sideways, I feel like most of the time that's probably all you do.
His side pressure is stupid. He showed.
I don't think I've ever
many
seen
pounds
anyone
on the
do that
truck.
much, to be
No,
honest.
not that much. No.
That's really
Yeah.
impressive.
Straight
Yeah.
sideways.
He did it on a crane scale too, and he showed the weight on the crane scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen Jerry Caderet do 150 for 10, but I've never seen him do like just a 1 rep max.
Well, Clifton boxed for 7 years, Dakota, so you might not want to do
Oh
that.
yeah, what? Yeah, Clifton. Like I did like training and some sparring for a few years. Clifton would come in there and Muhammad Ali me.
Yeah, you know what? You're an amateur, so you get
What's-
headgear.
Maybe Clifton and I should box. Set it up, Red Lake. Let's do it.
Yeah, if you're an amateur, I don't think you're allowed. You have to wear headgear if you're an amateur,
Well, that's fine.
so you'd be protected.
I'll tell you what, headgear does little to none.
Yeah, it'll still shake your brain around a bit, eh? Yeah,
Like I've been right hooked without headgear and I've been right hooked with headgear and it's just the same thing.
So I'm thinking Weston or Kevin or what should I call you? What do you like the best?
Weston's good.
Yeah, Weston. Okay. Why don't you tell us about how long you've been pulling? I wouldn't mind knowing.
I think I'm coming up on 4 years.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So I feel like I think it was Todd Hutchings. I was listening to a podcast he was doing. I think he said it takes about 5 years for you to become competitive. And I think that's pretty spot on. So I felt like this year things are really starting to click, and like my tendons and everything are starting to get used to it. So we'll see.
I think that's why I think the 5 years thing is accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
I think your first year you take a leap because you learn how to pull a bit, and then you stay around a certain level for a year or two. And then I think at like 3 years, I think you get another level because now your tendons are more connected and now you're actually competing against, higher level competitors. And I
Right.
think when you hit that 5 year, if you've been dedicated, I think when you hit that 5 year, you can start actually getting like impressive matches or maybe have some impressive wins, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I've been
I agree.
basing I started when I was really old arm wrestling, but that's how I've been basing my progression. Hopefully by 5 years, because I don't have as much time as you young guys. So hopefully by 5 years, I can hit a certain, like at least the entry level to the high pros, right?
Yeah.
Probably good to base it, make a trajectory on your progression. That way you can monitor and you can check the box when you feel that you've made progress. Because I think it's really important that we all know our levels too. Some guys, you see some guys, they think that, they did good in a tournament or something. They think that, oh yeah, I'll take on whoever, and then they just get blown away, right? So
Yeah.
it's nice to know where you're at, and then when you're taking matches, just to be honest to yourself too on who you're going against. That's
sure.
what I think.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. And we all know. So you've been arm wrestling 3 years too now, Andrew, right?
September, well,
22, right?
yeah. So September 22 was my first
So
tournament.
Dakota's the veteran out of all of us.
I'll be at 3 years in September, yeah.
You arm wrestled from birth, didn't you, Dakota?
Hey guys, the fam just got home, so I'm gonna hop
Wow.
out.
Oh, it was good talking to you, buddy.
Thanks for having me on, guys. It was
For
fun.
sure.
Take care, man. It was good
Yeah.
seeing
Have a
you.
good one,
Yeah, you
Weston.
too. We'll see you pretty soon.
Take care, brother.
Later.
Well, I mean, I went to a couple tournaments here and there when I was just a young fella.
Well, you weren't serious, so
But when I wasn't serious, Dad was big and serious. And then when I got into a couple other sports, I stopped arm wrestling. And then when my other sports kind of slowed down and I wanted more competition and everything still, I jumped back in arm wrestling. But that was like 3.5 years ago. So not like I've only been seriously training arm wrestling for like 3.5, almost 4 years now. So
yeah. I think you said you were in when I started, you said it was close to a year. I think you told me. Yeah, that you were like arm wrestling. Yeah. That's cool.
but I think it was August of 2021 or 2021. I don't know.
It might have been 22. I started in December of 22. So right at the end of the year.
No, it might have been 21 then, because then 2025 this year would put me at the 4 year. That was 2021.
That's fun. That kind of makes me want to go back and like look at like Devin's or someone else's YouTube on that month or the month before and see if there was like a really cool video that maybe got us all to finally make the leap over.
The only reason I did it is because right at that August time was when school was starting, and I was going to Red Deer for my pharmacy schooling, and my dad had just messaged for me. Matt said I could come to a practice, and then I went to a practice, and the rest became buddies with all of them now, and literally traveled all over the world with Matt and Sean. So.
Well,
I've been watching arm wrestling since I was about 15, and I'm big kicking myself for not starting to train sooner. But
yeah, imagine if you were 43 years old.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, why couldn't they just
I've
find
been following it for a while. But
Yeah.
Where are you out of?
I'm in Rathdrum, Idaho.
Idaho.
Idaho?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't know if
Portland.
it's the same there as here, but one of the big barriers is like there was no group built up here before. So it was so hard to track down a group to actually arm wrestle with
Yeah.
because the guys who did meet, they would communicate over text message and not through like Facebook groups or through a Facebook chat or anything.
Yeah.
So it was really, really hard to find a group. And actually, there was a couple times before, like I think up to a year before I actually started, I was kind of looking, but I couldn't find anyone within like 3 or 4 hours. And yeah, so a lot's changed since then. But was that part of what kind of stopped you, or did you find a group pretty easy?
I actually lived over in the Seattle area when I started, and I didn't really see any clubs. I wasn't really serious about it then. And then when I moved to Idaho, I found a club that was like 5 minutes away with some good, strong guys, and that's kind of when I got really serious about it anyway.
You pull out of the same group as Brian's opponent?
Brennan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't pulled them in a while. They're pulling a little bit further north over in the Priest River area.
Yeah, I was trying to look up stuff on Brennan and I couldn't really find
I've
much.
pulled him quite a bit in the past.
How'd you stack up? Pretty good.
If I can keep my hand and I can top him, then yes. If I get him in a hook, then he has more raw power. But I have practice wins on him for what it's worth.
So Clifton probably missed it when we asked you earlier, but he wanted to know how you think that you stack up with Jake and how you think the match is going to go.
I couldn't find too many videos of him. I saw his match with Kevin Palco and his match with Daniel. Looked pretty dominant. So I don't have a whole lot of connections to people who have pulled him. I know David Till, I pulled with him a bit. He pulled him at the Monster Factory a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't know where his level's at. I've seen it. I watched all the videos I could find. But
his hand is really good. Yeah,
that's what I've been hearing, and that's basically all I focused on the past month and a half or so. Is like just my right hand. That's all I've been working on.
I think if you're able to keep some of your faculties after the
Mhm.
go, you'll have
Yeah.
a chance. I think you've got a good chance.
Yep.
But
Got a in my hand.
if he takes too much, and you know what I mean, I don't know, right? But that's what it's going to come down to: how much your ability to keep, like
Mhm.
that way you can go sideways. You know what I mean, or at
I know
least
where to keep my hand and keep all the fundamentals.
Try to keep your
If
pronation if
I
possible.
think I'm gonna get sucked down pretty easily.
Yeah, I think if he gets you, if he gets your pronation and you get palm up,
then I'm done. I can't let him get me supinated at all.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think I know what I have to do to win pretty much. I'm just gonna go in and do just that and focus only on the hand.
You got a game plan though. That's good.
Oh yeah.
Because I've done it before too, where I'm like, no game plan. I'm like, I'll just feel it.
It takes a while in the sport to actually start and actually do your game plan. Yeah. I know when I was first starting for the first year and a half, 2 years even, I go up to the table and just like forget everything.
Yeah, well, it happens. Yeah, because you're just in the heat of the moment, right? The nerve. Yeah, actually, that was one of the things that really helped me start getting better. When I was just competing, I wasn't really improving that much, but then I had a super match. And I actually studied the way he pulled and then came up with a game plan and I stuck to it and I won. And every time I get a super match, I find that's when I level up because it's like these game plans that I train for. And when I execute them and stuff, it's like, you know what I mean? Now all of a sudden I feel like, okay. And I think I come back better every super match, even if I lose. Yeah. Sometimes better if I lose. Yeah.
I have a plan for each round, whether I win or lose pretty much.
Yeah. I try to envision. Yeah, and that way when you're there
and everything.
Yeah, because that way when you're in the moment, it's like deja vu, like you've already been there before because you've already met. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody can do that, but that's probably a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And how do you see your match going, Andrew? With Dalton?
Like I said, if you ask me, I'm always going to tell you, I'm just going to rip right through everybody.
Yeah. Well,
that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. I'm just going to try to I'm going to just pull hard as sideways, as fast and intense and crazy as I can. And whatever happens. I'm not a good arm wrestler. I'm just strong.
Well, this might be a match where you get to show your strengths because I see it going right into your strengths. So
it's his strength too.
It is. Left. But it might come down to might come down to the hand still, right? Because even
Honestly,
though you're inside, I don't know.
I think that I think there's probably like a 70% chance that whoever wins the first round will 3-0, or it'll be 3-1. I don't think it'll be 3-2. Um, I think someone might be able to like come back once, but just with the way that we've always pulled in the past, I think that the first round is going to be really important, just because we do have so much experience pulling each other. That it kind of just comes down to like who on that day is slightly better into getting, because we pull a little bit differently the way that we hook. I'm more of like a low hand sideways, hooker, and he's more of kind of like a high hook. And he does actually roll a lot. If there's no, you'll find if you watch his matches closely, like if he doesn't get any resistance, he always top rolls. And it's only if he runs into resistance that he transitions really quickly from a top roll to a hook. But it's definitely a very different style of pulling. But just the way I'm going to be setting my hand, I don't, especially the first round, I don't think that he's going to feel comfortable going anywhere but the hook. So we'll see.
Yeah, I noticed he likes it's more of a high hook too, and then the only reason he top rolls is that's how he finishes, right? When he goes to the A side.
Like can opener style, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of not really a top roll till it is. I kind of pull that way too. I basically find the hole, the path of least resistance, and then I usually finish with the roll, right?
Yeah.
Even if it was just side pressure. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It definitely is. I'm really looking forward to it. We go back and forth so much. I think having like an official super match is very necessary to kind of like finally know, or finally be able to say, without like, oh, we're basically even, we're back and forth. Like, no, we want to be able to say, oh man, I've crushed them at arm bender. So yeah, I'm
Yep.
better.
If you manage to win, who do you have in your sights, Andrew?
I kind of have a very specific path laid out, so it doesn't really matter if I win or lose for me. Like I'm trying to set up a match with Mike, because when he lost to Miles last year, based off of how I pulled Miles, I felt like we were pretty close. Um, so I think that'd be a good match, right-handed. I don't know how his left hand is, but I just think really highly of my left hand. So unless his left hand is significantly better than his right, I don't think it'd probably be a good match. Um, so
I think they're close. I think his arms are equal, like pretty close to equal. He pulls with both all the time. So
yeah, and I'm one person that I pull them both equally, and just whatever happens happens.
yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
And Alexander, do you got any more matches scheduled? You have this one coming up. But is there
I
anything
have one
else?
coming up. I have one coming up in March.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's been announced yet, so I'm not sure if I should say it. But
Oh, okay.
beyond that, I don't really have anything planned. I know of enough tournaments to where I have to kind of pick and choose now what I attend, and I haven't quite figured that out yet for the rest of the year. So
Yeah,
after this,
Winter Blast. Are you guys going to Winter Blast? Carolyn Looms in the chat. She just said, "Is anybody going to Winter Blast?" I was thinking about going this year. Let's
when's
travel
that?
up there to Winter Blast. Me, Zach, and Dakota, but maybe next year.
Hey, we go this year, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
So where's that at?
It's in where is it? Minnesota? No, I don't know. Somewhere over that way.
Oh.
Not
Probably
Minnesota,
wouldn't be
not
able to make that one.
Minnesota, but somewhere. I don't know.
Mhm.
That side of the states, I think. Yeah.
What do you
I
think
know,
about me and Jonathan Mercer, Brian?
yeah, that's you. Well, you said you already lined that up.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that so?
happening at Battle Zone. Are you pulling
Yeah,
a Battle Zone?
I was pulling it, but the guy couldn't take the match. So
Oh,
yeah, I'm not going now because I got to go to Montana the week before, and I just don't feel like driving 6 hours each way 2 weeks in a row.
A lot of driving.
Yeah, so I got to go to Helena, Montana on the 14th of February, and that his event's the following weekend. So that would be, and it's 6.5. It's farther to Hinton than it is to Montana.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'll
So
do shots with you either way, Clifton, win or lose.
Nice. Yeah. And knuckles up. Oh yeah. What do you guys think? You guys
But I am
watch?
going to crush you left-handed, Clifton. Even tired from pulling Dalton, just so you know.
Ooh, damn. Yeah. The knuckles up matches. Did you guys watch those?
I don't think I did. No.
No. Oh, they're big matches.
Yeah.
I seen it. Well, I seen highlights from a few of them. I didn't watch. Didn't watch it either. So
I bought the pay-per-view, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I plan on watching the replay.
yeah. I think that Cody Wood guy pulled there too. This time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Cody Wood's on a tear, man.
Yeah, man. I agree.
Isn't he number one in the country at 154?
I think so now.
Yeah.
I think he just got it too recently.
That's
But
crazy.
I mean, see his pull-ups. He's doing pull-ups with like
I
big
saw
stacks
that.
of weights, and oh man,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
That's super impressive.
That guy better win. With this amount of shit
Yeah, I
he's
think I
doing.
saw him doing pull-ups. I think it was either 170 or 270 pounds of added weight. I think he did like 10 or more. I was like, what? That's ridiculous. And he doesn't come off as the kind of guy who lies about whatever weight he's pulling. So I think it's legit, and that's impressive.
It's super impressive. Yeah.
Oh, Corey
Some
Miller.
people I'm pretty suspicious of, like when they post, like they'll put 300 pounds, but they're pulling from like a commercial rack, and I'm like, I highly doubt that that's 300 pounds.
Yeah.
But okay.
No, I see those too.
Yeah.
And you got to remember too, like I see guys with their lifts, and certain pulleys without the crane scale, I don't trust any pulley lifts because it's tough, right?
I have my own
If it's a
pulley.
single pulley, yeah, if it's a single pulley, then it's close to the actual weight because you got drag and all kinds of stuff like that. But once you get double pulleys or 2-3 cables, yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
I specifically seek out all simple pulley stuff for that reason. I want it to be straight weight.
Oh, you know what? This is the first time I've seen Carolyn Looms in our chat, so that's cool. Make sure you like and sub. I see her in I see her in all the other chats all the time, but it's nice to see her dropping ours. So welcome.
Because you got my beautiful face on here today.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, I did watch your the Clifton one, Andrew. That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually that video is popping off. It's got
it is. Well, you're catching traction now. Yeah.
It's got over 200 hours of watch time right now.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Nice.
That's just crazy that people sit there and watch us talk for that long. I'm like, oh man, that feels weird, but it's also kind of cool. I feel like I'm starting to get more comfortable with it.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched the whole thing. So
yeah,
yeah. I know what you mean, though. I know what you're saying. Yeah, oh, it's good. I like Clifton too.
Oh yeah, I could. One of these days, I told him like once things kind of pop off and I feel like it's going a little bit better, we're gonna have to do like, and same thing with Miles. I want to get him back on because I know I could talk to both of them for like 3-4 hours and just have like a really long, like I said, Joe Rogan style 3-hour conversation going on about whatever.
I like that style too. I like it because it's a little different than everything we're doing, right? Like we're doing the podcast and everything, and this is kind of unique. So I think it's really cool. Just the way it's set up. Like I think there's another guy doing it too, but just the way yours is, it's kind of unique in a way. I haven't really seen anything exact to it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do. I don't want it to be like an overproduced thing where it looks like a YouTuber thing. I just want it to be a very casual two guys chilling at home talking and I've been enjoying
it. Alexander, there's somebody you should do. Yeah.
I know. I got a big list of people. A lot of people have messaged me wanting to come on. I've got people asking me to review products and stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to get all this done because I work a lot too. I work like 12 plus hours a day most days. So
that's
scheduling things in and out is it's a little tough, but I think I'm gonna figure it out.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you'll make time. I'm
actually pretty excited for when I've coming up next week. I'm gonna have Megan Blake on.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. So,
yeah. I think one thing that a lot of people have been messaging me about is like because a lot of my friends who aren't really too much into the arm wrestling or know much about it are like, well, is there girls in this, or like, is there females in the sport, or like they don't know? And I'm like, well, please don't search the YouTube videos because they're all kind of memes. Unfortunately, the first ones that pop up are like girls screaming at each other. Um, but no, I'm really excited to have her on and see. And I think she has a really great mind for marketing and stuff like that. And she's very entrepreneurial. So I really want to pick her brain on some of the questions I talked to with you and Dakota and Clifton about the future of arm wrestling and then marketing it and what's missing. And I just think, oh God, right now is so exciting for arm wrestling, and there's just so much opportunity out there that
Oh yeah.
I love talking to people about that.
Yeah, and she's, I've seen her since I started arm wrestling. I've seen a lot of her on Facebook. Like she promotes herself well.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's kept kicking me off for some reason, but I'm just cutting everyone off. Like, I'm gonna go. I'm like 10, 15 from practice, but
Yeah,
it was nice chatting with you guys. And then I'll see you guys on the next one. Sure.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, there we
Good
go.
luck, guys.
Dave Knox
Armbender.
tomorrow.
I'll see you guys on the Friday.
Dave Knox
You guys
tomorrow.
You got what?
We got Dave Knox tomorrow night at 6.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
My
Yeah,
phone's about to die too. I think I got
Oh
hop
yeah,
off.
no problem. We can end this. Yeah, we got. Stay tuned for tomorrow if you're on. We got
Cool,
Dave
yeah.
Knox, master ref, and we're gonna hear his whole story on arm wrestling. So, and
Cool.
it was, yeah. Thanks for coming on, guys. I appreciate
Yeah, no
it.
problem.
Absolutely.
Good talking to you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll be watching. You know what? I won't be there, but I'll be watching all your matches. So,
Yeah.
Thanks.
hey
There you
I
guys.
don't know. I still have a feeling I'm going to see you pop on in.
yeah, I might.